Nah, I mean, I think the pumpkin recipe is gonna pay more. Absolutely, it only makes sense.
It does, yeah. It's significantly more work. But we say that, but once you got it all going, yeah. I mean, we'll see. I can't wait to find out, dude.
So this is something I told someone that if you're running 5 crates, you're taking more time, you're risking more. There should be an incentive.
I agree.
To get more money.
I have
Now,
a big write-up. So I'm gonna since you're like you've been doing Shine as much as me. The only other person I'd even talk to this about is probably Glorion. But where I'm thinking about beating the shit out of Luna and putting a little like thing recommendation list next to her or him. And so what I'm thinking about trying to convince Luna for is that I think each still, like, when you open up your tablet, there's some cogs in there. Now, granted, this is going to take some time. I can understand if it might be not on Luna's priority list. But imagine if the still had 4 cogs in it, right? Like gears.
okay.
Or whatever, right? Fucking tubes, whatever. And each one of those represented 25% of the still's life. The first cog goes bad, then the second one goes bad, then the third one, then the fourth one. Now the still is broken, right? Maybe even you buy a still for cheap, and it's the cogs that we keep the upkeep with, right? You with me so far?
Yeah.
So if someone comes and instead of picking up your still, stealing it, instead they can damage it and pull out one of those cogs, right? And they can take the cog and put it in their own still.
Okay.
So what that means is that the still can remain where it is, but someone can go and fuck with it, but at least it's been fucked with, and there's like recourse,
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
But you're just fucking with other still though. You're not gaining anything, right?
No, you are, because okay, so in theory, let's say you and I were enemies, right? I find your stills. Instead of me picking it up and now you're just waking up and you're like, you don't know what happened to it, nothing happens with it, it's just like game over. Instead, you go to your stills and you're like, wait a minute, what the heck happened to them? It's missing a cog. Now someone came and actually took your shit, and you're not like losing the world. But since it's still there, you now know, okay, am I going to sit here and wait? Am I going to da-da-da-da-da? You know what I mean? So they're doing damage to your still and gaining something from it, because if I stole the cogs from your still, I could go put them into mine, and now mine are lasting another 25%.
I think that's a good idea, but here's the thing, right? If someone steals from my cog, and if I, want to find out who it is, I think there should be like a redemption case where I shouldn't be allowed to pick my still up.
Yep, I agree.
Because it would make me more cautious to find out who these people are, and if people are going to take risks to come back to that place, they might get got,
I agree. So you're saying you should not be able to pick them up?
Why should I be able to pick that up? It's unsafe. It's missing a cog.
I 1,000% agree. I think you're like very cautious of what you're putting down. But in the same sense of the police department, I think they shouldn't be able to just bust that shit, right? That's hard to say. But rather, they maybe are able to know that it's been used recently.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I don't want to leave any residue, but what if there is any?
Yep.
Well, we're talking too much.
Yep. No, I think this is good. I think this is, like they may know that, oh shit, this has been used in the last 3 hours. Was it 3 hours ago or was it 5 minutes ago? They don't know, but it's at least something that they can work off of, I guess.
Yeah, I think they could see it from the exhaust how much it has been used, and if there's a buildup of some sort, carbon monoxide or something like that, they have their own little thresholds to worry about when this shit was used. That'd be cool.
I would take that over them being the equivalent of a grinder being mission accomplished, and they just bust the fucking stills, and then nothing
So
happens.
That is, I can get behind that totally.
Yeah, because like right now, what do you think? Like that's all it is. It's like, oh, we found it, mission accomplished, bust the still, like, and that's the equivalent of like, yo, we staked it out, and like, we, oh, there they are. Oh my God, like let's chase them down. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
One's got a more interesting net effect than the other.
I agree with that. What I was gonna say. I was gonna say something, but I've lost the train of my thoughts. The thoughts of my train. I don't know. I forgot. I totally blanked out. I don't know what to say.
Is it about the cogs, maybe?
No. It was about the distillery, but I can't think of it.
Trying to find a place to put it. Can you pick it up?
Oh yeah, why don't you try putting it in grapeseed somewhere nearby, so people, when they go to cook, we can look after each other.
Is that? But are you in grapeseed?
Mm-hmm. I'm still in grapeseed.
Oh, okay. I could find. Okay, I've got a place in grapeseed, but it's been stolen before.
Have you tried looking into that stuff? Because I think you should put a decoy and just sit there. Because today, when I went to cook, there was a fucking helicopter flying around.
Yeah. That's...
I was like, what?
Yep.
And it was moving like back and forth, and then it nose dove into Alamisi, and it went towards Staff City. So I don't know if people are actually looking for still like that, or it was something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was very sussy because it was right where my stills were, and I was like, what?
Well, that's kind of where it breaks down to what I meant about the nature of the police and the stills. Because I can tell you that the first time, like me, Vinny, and Ellie used to have stills together, like we had like 8 going. So you would think it would have been one of the coolest, like if we got caught busts you could imagine. But what came of it was I went to go cook, and I ran into some guy with a deer on his back running around like, oh, I'm hunting. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I caught like cops staking the area, which was cool as shit. And I wish I saw more of that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no one was caught out of it, but like, oh my God, that was so much more exciting than, oh my God, it was so good. Because like, I'm freaking out, Vinny's freaking out, Ellie's freaking out. We're doing like counter surveillance. You know what I mean? They're probably watching from a different angle. Their probably heart rate is up. And now it's just like, oh, okay, it's busted. Was it a grinder? Was it a cop? Like, no one knows,
Yeah, that was the biggest thing too. Like, you could just destroy any still, Because I put like in the sewers 2 times, and then it got destroyed, and then everyone was putting in the sewers, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to be in the sewers. I'm moving out.
How about this? I got an idea. I would get your news wrap up. At 50, you get a camera. It's very easy to get. I'm going to be putting a camera near mine. Maybe we share our cams, and we could check on each other, and maybe we make a pact that whether it's my crew or your crew or whatever it is, one of the stills go, we just roll on them. You know what I mean? Call it the
I think that's a good idea.
The Moonshine Alliance. And I bet Glorian probably would get in on this too, because he's been, quite frankly, dealing with the same headache.
Yeah, their stills got stolen too. I was talking to them. So it's not just them. From that day alone, it was you guys, it was the other guy, and then there was Guild. Like, they hit 3 groups. One day.
It's not even in a single individual who, quite frankly, I was thinking about this out loud, and I'm just going to say it is, what's the difference between someone who's just searching all day with their life versus someone who just knows where it is? There's generally, when it comes to the value of it, they're equal. So, how about this? Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, Moonshine Alliance
Okay.
meeting. You, me, Glorion.
Sure. Cool.
I'll try to contact Glorion and see if he can make it. But, you know, just, I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Just get together, even if it, you know?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, shall we? If you need anything, give me a call.
All right, we'll do.
Okay. Lady up. AP.
Later. Bye.